Lacy. You might have heard.
Yeah.
She got a hit song called Bad Habit.
Kanye commented, "Album is beautiful. One of the most inspiring people on the planet."
Hey, we got Bad Habit. Yo, Casto, I need Steve Lacy, Bad Habit.
It blows my mind to think that TikTok is like almost 4 years old at this point. Not in terms of its inception. I know it was like musically for a second. I mean in terms of like its cultural impact. I don't like to think about that because I don't like time passing. I'm terrified. It's almost an understatement to say that TikTok has changed the music industry. Everybody knows it. But it's always been fun to debate whether or not it's changed it for better or for worse. Now, I know that's a loaded question. Nothing's wholly good or wholly bad, and TikTok's had its ups and downs, I will say. But that Steve Lacy clip kind of just cements that it's mostly bad at this point. Now, if you're not chronically online like I am, you may not have seen this. So for a little bit of a backstory, Steve Lacy, prominent musician who's been around for years and has had multiple hits, recently was launched into the stratosphere of relevancy when he released his biggest song ever. Technically not really, because he has songs with more streams. Now, while Steve Lacy was huge, Bad Habit just was in a different category. Now it's like the #1 song, topping the Billboard charts. It's territory that Lacy's never hit before, so it was really cool to see. Dethroning the likes of bland pop stars like DaBaby and Ed Sheeran. Though ironically, Ed had a song with the exact same title with just as much success. So I guess if you're trying to get to the top of the charts, name your song Bad Habit. Now, it's important to note that not everybody shares this enthusiasm. A lot of Lacy's quote OG fans are really upset with his newfound success. Not so much for Lacy, but for all the new basic fans that have come out of the woodwork. And since it's TikTok, it's mostly little kids and basic people. I saw this a lot when he announced his tour because he booked small venues, not anticipating the success of Bad Habit, and naturally his tour sold out immediately, and a lot of people were salty they didn't get tickets. So that's kind of where the divide started. But this is all backstory because it's all kind of accumulated in one specific video, and it's pretty brutal. I'll play it now. In the video, Lacy does the classic, throwing the song to the audience, singing the words back move, only to find out that seemingly nobody in the crowd actually knows the lyrics. Yeah, it's pretty tough to watch. This is actually a common thread for a lot of like TikTok artists that blow up with a big song. One of the biggest ones lately being Ice Spice. Everybody knows that one part, but sing the second verse. I dare you. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack here. TikTok is a tool, and I think we're just finding out that that tool is extremely limited. It's extremely powerful, but it burns out bright. And honestly, I haven't really seen anybody use TikTok to create insane longevity or build up a really dedicated fan base. The only one to do it, honestly, was like Lil Nas X. Remember when he was known as a TikTok musician? Now he's so far from that. He's one of the biggest pop stars of our generation. Name anybody else who's been able to do that with this app. Now, I would argue he was in a completely different era of TikTok than we're in now. I mean, that was pre-pandemic. And honestly, it was a lot of memes too. So I think he was saved from being stuck in that weird TikTok pocket dimension. But I think we're seeing a slow denaturing of this whole like TikTok music gold rush. At least I kind of hope so. Like I said, it's not wholly good or bad. I think TikTok's brought attention to some really incredible music, and I'm normie enough to admit that I found some really, really cool songs from that app. It's made cool things cool. I think that's good, but it does it in a way where it kind of turns everything into a fad, whether or not it was truly meant to be. It's all about how you can condense it and make it like a small little catchy bite. I know this sounds obvious, like we all use the app, but it's manifesting in some weird ways. For instance, Steve Lacy released a song sped up, which I wonder why he did that. Definitely has nothing to do with the trending TikTok audio. In fact, speeding up a song is pretty much just mandatory when it comes to a TikTok hit. Most songs only take off when they're sped up, leading a lot of artists who've made a lot of really good music to release these weird like 3-pack singles with sped up versions and slowed down versions, but I also listen to the sped up version more. I don't know why. This is all a matter of taste, but I think the general public just likes that chipmunk sound. And I've seen a lot of older songs get a second life this way. Recently, Oliver Tree like sped up one of his songs in a remix, and like that's doing numbers on TikTok, which is cool, but then it gets less cool when people don't even know it's him. It's creating a really weird culture. And in a business where musicians make their money from cultivating like a hardcore fan base, I feel like the fans of the music are getting like so disconnected from the individual artist when songs are gamified like this. It's clear that this landscape is ever changing and no one will truly understand what's going on, not even Steve Lacy, unfortunately. All that being said, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. It's a weird time for music. Do you think that TikTok is helping the music industry? Do you think it's hurting it? Subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm gonna be posting a lot more content like this soon, so you're gonna want to stick around. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.